let's have a look at the Lo-Fi module. Now remember, Lo-Fi is always located on slot 2 after the motion effects here. Now the Lo-Fi is a special audio effect that you can use to add grit, texture and ambience to your sound. Now what I've done is I've switched off all the other effects and I've just taken away any modulation so we can just focus on the static effect of each one of these parameters. So let's play the sound as it is. I've used the movie plot preset. Okay, so let's bring up the crush parameter. So you can hear that bitrate reduction. Then we have downsampling, so sample rate reduction. Next up, we have the detune parameter, which is going to detune the sound in a range of an octave up and down, or in sense plus minus 1000, depending on the range button, which is located here. So let's try that out. So now we're getting 12 semitones up an octave, or we can do it in sense. And of course, there's nothing stopping us varying this over time using an LFO. We're going to come on to the modulation aspects a little bit later. Now, next up, we have this little ambience section here. Now, this is going to layer a sample containing kind of a textual ambient noise, and it's going to layer that on top of the sound. First of all, we can switch it on and off from here. You can hear that layered. We can also choose whether it's going to be pre or post effect. So it could be a dry kind of textural layer added in at the end, or we could apply distortion, tape saturation, reverb, all the other effects that we might want to add in. And we can do that by clicking on this little button here. So that's pre-effects, and that's going to be post the effects chain. Okay, we can choose the sound we want to use from here. So there's a horse eating, rainforest. So you can hear it just adds a real kind of otherworldly aspect to the sound. Really powerful. But that's if we want to use the sounds that come bundled with Playbox. Now something we can also do is actually add our own sounds in here. So let me just come across to the Finder. I've got some Foley sounds on the Finder, so I'll just drag one in here. You see it's added in there. And that's now been applied to the sound. So we can either choose to use sounds from the list here, or alternatively the user sound that you drag in. Also from here, we can actually change some aspects of this. Let's try one of the preset sounds again. We can change the level, the pitch, and we can also choose to high pass or low pass the sound. And then finally, we can change the overall output of the whole Lo-Fi effect. So you find you need a little bit more juice going into the effects chain, which is going to be afterwards. You could boost up, or if you have the alternate problem that the level is getting a little bit too hot once you add in your sample, for example, you could just tame that a little bit with the output control. And that is the Lo-Fi effect. You can hear how powerful that is at adding kind of grit and texture and a kind of a realism to your patches and Playbox. Really powerful stuff. Okay, so that's the Lo-Fi module. Grit and texture. We can bit crush, bring down the sample rate, detune either in octaves or in sense, add in the ambience, which we can choose from preset sounds here, or we can drag our own in. We can route that pre or post effects, and we have a level, pitch and low pass, high pass control for that sample. And then we can choose to alter the output of the Lo-Fi module before it passes into the remainder of the effects chain. Okay, so now we've covered Lo-Fi. In the next video, we're going to start looking at our other audio effects. So I'll see you then. Thanks for watching.